Hi everyone, my name's Bill Adolph. I'm the state representative of the 165th Legislative District, and today I'm in my home legislative district, and I'm at St. David's Community Park on an absolute gorgeous day. I think it's one of the nicest days of the year. It's a special day. Matter of fact, I think tomorrow is the 5th anniversary of the Outdoors Day, National Outdoors Day, which is fantastic. And I have two lovely ladies with me today. And ladies, if you would introduce yourselves, I would appreciate it, starting with Tammy.
Hi, yes, my name's Tammy Cohen. I'm the Director of Recreation for Radnor Township. And I'm originally from the Pittsburgh area and went to school here in the suburban Philadelphia area at Temple University, and looking forward to the event here today. Thank you very much, Mr. Adolph.
Great, Tammy. And
I'm Kim Woodward with the Pennsylvania Recreation and Park Society out of State College. And we are a membership organization statewide with over 9,000 members, so thank you.
Okay, all right. Well, the one thing that I do know about representing this area over the years is that the municipality officials, employees, and the town residents take an unbelievable amount of pride in their park system. And Tommy, could you tell me a little bit about how many parks are in Radnor Township, and what type of, how do you do it all? I mean, to coordinate all these parks in Radnor.
Sure. Well, Radnor Township right now is home to probably right around 30 parks with over 300 acres of parkland. We have a significant and deep park system that includes an extensive trail system, a skate park. We have athletic ball fields, so we have open space. There's, as I mentioned, over 300 acres of park space that we have here. We have a deep parks crew that works under the Department of Park and Recreation, who actually maintain all of those acres. And they work very closely with the residents of the community, and a lot of them are actually they actually live here in Radnor, so they take great pride in the nearby community and all of the parks that we have here in the township.
When I've had the opportunity to get some downtime and go out for a leisurely stroll along the trail, is just fantastic, and I know the residents of Radnor are very proud of that. And if you travel around Radnor Township, there's so much outdoor activity with the tennis courts and the basketball courts and the beautiful open space that this township has preserved, which is fantastic. And how many employees does Radnor employ in your department?
Well, right now within the Recreation Department,
Right.
we do have 4 full-time staff members, and then within our Parks Department, we do have 8 current Parks employees, but they also wear many hats within our Public Works Department, and they report directly to a Park Supervisor and, of course, the Public Works Director for Radnor Township.
Great, great. Now, Kim, State College, beautiful spot, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I have 2 sons that are Penn State grads.
Excellent.
And certainly I like getting up there at least once or twice a year,
Sure.
either to a basketball game or a football game, and fantastic, just a great place to visit. Tell us a little bit about your position and what your agency does.
Well, the Pennsylvania Recreation and Park Society is a membership organization that provides advocacy, education and training, networking, as well as technical assistance to the members. And by providing the training, we're helping develop the professionals so they can create beautiful park systems like this, so they can manage their other facilities and improve the quality of life for the residents.
Great. Now, do you coordinate with local folks like Tammy on what they're doing here in
Absolutely,
their community
absolutely.
parks?
Yes, we often facilitate stakeholder groups, forums where we can talk about issues and look at policy and how that can be changed and improved for the future.
And how does your organization receive its funding?
Well, we have our membership, we get grant funding, we do a lot of fundraising and sponsorship, and we provide the training, so it all comes back and becomes what we do.
Right. I'll tell you what, it's you know, certain days it's great to work outdoors, you know, and I can tell just by both of your enthusiasm that it makes your hard job a lot easier, because you're dedicated to making recreation you know, part of everyone's quality of life. And I want to thank you both for being here in Radnor, and looking forward to talking to you a little bit more later on.
Great.
Thank you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming out today. My name is Kim Woodward, and I'm the Executive Director for the Pennsylvania Recreation and Park Society. PRPS is a statewide organization providing education, training, technical assistance, and advocacy for our members. Our members are many, with over 9,000 across the state, ranging from general friend members to Park and Recreation Board members, professionals, and students and educators in the field of parks and recreation. We are proud of the resources that our agencies have, from parks and playgrounds to community centers, nature centers, and ice skating rinks. It is my distinct pleasure this afternoon to be part of the presentation for our 2012 Governmental Award. Before we get started with the presentation, I'd like to thank Tammy Cohen, Director of Recreation for Radnor Township, for assisting me in this special day. Also, thank you to the Radnor Township Board of Commissioners and Township Manager Robert Zinkowski. We really appreciate the use of this beautiful park setting. At this time, I'd like to introduce Cindy Dunn, Deputy Secretary for Conservation and Technical Services for the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. Cindy?
I'm always the tall one in the lineup. Good afternoon. Isn't this a wonderful place to be today? This is way better than being in Harrisburg, and just a beautiful setting and a wonderful park. Thank you, Radnor Township. Our Secretary, Richard Allen, sends his greetings, wishes he could be here today, but I'm very pleased for the assignment to come out myself. I'm pleased to be part of the lineup to honor one of Pennsylvania's conservation and recreation leaders in the Commonwealth. The true measure of somebody's commitment to recreation and conservation is what they've done over their lifetime for recreation and conservation as a volunteer. And Bill Adolph has a long history of commitment to recreation throughout his lifetime. He's a former Springfield Athletic Association board member. He's a youth coach for Springfield Youth Club and a head coach for St. Francis Catholic Youth Organization. So what a person chooses to do in their own time, in their own place, it says a lot about what they care about personally. As the past chair of the House Environmental Resources and Energy Committee, Representative Adolph advocated for conservation and recreation, really learned this field and dug deeply to understand it and advance it in Pennsylvania. He supported local projects like the Darby Creek Headwaters Preserve with the Natural Lands Trust, which is a wonderful, important open space acquisition along the Darby Creek and the trail. Very important project. Naturally, those of us in DCNR were delighted when he became the House Appropriations Chairman. When one of your own, somebody who understands your mission area, comes into a leadership role like that in government, it's got to be good news for us. Representative Adolph has taken this role as chairman very seriously, has made a real study of his role in appropriations. He spent time with us last summer at the Bald Eagle Nature Inn at Bald Eagle State Park to really understand deeply DCNR's appropriation needs, DCNR's operational needs, and how we look at our values as a society beyond recreation and conservation, and the links we bring to economic development in Pennsylvania, and the links we bring to health and community quality of life. And these values are values he's understood and promotes in his role as a House Appropriations Committee. So we're delighted to be part of this panel honoring Representative Bill Adolph, Chairman Bill Adolph, as a Pennsylvania Recreation and Park Society Government Awards leader. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Cindy. Each year, the Society recognizes outstanding state or federal government officials for their support of parks, recreation, and conservation. Our recipient this year, as Cindy mentioned, is a real friend of recreation and parks and the environment, Representative Bill Adolph. Representative Adolph is being recognized for his outstanding leadership and support in advancement of parks, recreation, and conservation initiatives in Pennsylvania, with both the Growing Greener program as well as the Keystone Recreation Park and Conservation Fund. Elected to represent the 165th District in 1988, Representative Adolph is currently Majority Chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, a member of the Rules Committee, and also a member of the board for the Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency. In addition to his support of the environment, Representative Adolph has an interest in business, finance, and economic development. He was instrumental in the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights in 1996 and continues to provide opportunities for the constituents of this state. Along with his business interests, as Cindy Dunn mentioned, he was a former football coach, member of the Springfield Athletic Association Board, former president of the CYO, and a member of the Cardinal O'Hara Hall of Fame. Prior to joining House leadership, Mr. Adolph served as chairman of the House Professional Licensure Committee and a member of the House Consumer Affairs Committee, as well as the Environmental Resources and Energy Committee. Quite a long list of jobs. Pennsylvania is extremely fortunate to have such great support from the House leaders in regards to environmental issues. His strong commitment and dedication to the protection and enhancement of our natural resources and to the provision of quality recreation and park experiences for our citizens to enjoy park and outdoor recreation areas is commendable. Personally, I'd like to express my gratitude on behalf of all of our members to Representative Adolph for his staunch support of the Keystone Recreation Park and Conservation Fund. Just this week, he presented an amendment to the budget on the House floor, restoring the Keystone funding 100%, and this amendment passed with a unanimous vote. So thank you very much. And now, it is with great pleasure that I present the 2012 Governmental Award to Representative Bill Adolph. Bill?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I guess I'm supposed to say a couple words. First of all, I'm truly honored for receiving this award. You know, it's kind of strange to receive an award that for doing something that you actually believe in, and you know, didn't realize that you were doing anything special. You know, a lot of the folks that are present here today have certainly helped me develop a true understanding of the environment, the park system, recreation. Obviously, I was always one who liked to be outdoors, mostly in an athletic setting. But over the years, through representing Radnor Township and talking to the local commissioners and so forth, they actually helped me develop a more meaningful respect for the outdoors. And whether it's nature parks or whether it's camping, rails to trails. I remember when I was first elected here in Radnor, I walked into a buzzsaw of a political debate, but after a while, you know, it was a no-brainer for me to be involved in the construction of the Rails to Trails project here in Radnor. And I think over the years, I believe that the right decision was made, and thousands and thousands of Radnor residents and the surrounding communities have taken advantage of that beautiful trail. I want to thank the commissioners for being here, the township manager, several police officers, as well as the chief of police and the other dignitaries here. You know, I did the amendment as I said I was going to do after hearing testimony that it was being cut, and I was glad that the Senate did half the job, okay, when the bill came over, but half was not good enough. We needed 100% back. Too many projects that still need to be done in Pennsylvania, whether it was for a temporary period or not. And sometimes temporary becomes permanent, and I felt we needed this dedicated funding source. I was there in Harrisburg in 1993. Matter of fact, a Delaware County state senator was the prime sponsor of Key 93. A fellow by the name of Joe Loper was the prime sponsor. proud to have been a sponsor of Growing Greener 1 and as well as Growing Greener 2. I learned a great deal by being the chair of the environmental committee up in Harrisburg. I remember chairing my very first committee meeting, and I knew less than all the rank and file members on the committee because they had spent years on that committee. I felt a lot more comfortable going into the appropriations committee because I'm pretty good with numbers, and I know these numbers made sense to me to back this project. I mean, the ballparks, the open space projects. We have to continue it. This very, very busy street of Lancaster Avenue in Radnor Township, and you can come in the middle of hustle and bustle and feel tranquil for a while. And you hear the birds chirping and the beautiful tree that's in front of me. I know we had a beautiful ceremony back in September with the 9/11 decoration, and it's just a fantastic place. And I enjoy representing Radnor. I am so happy this presentation is here in Radnor Township, and thank you so much. And I will continue to fight for this funding in Harrisburg. Because the amendment is through and it's in the House Appropriations Committee, it does not mean it's automatic. I can tell everyone here that's got a lot of support, but those that are activists, that are lobbying for this funding, continue lobbying. The governor has not, we haven't passed the bill out of the House. The bill will probably be in draft form probably in the next week, maybe week and a half, and the debate will continue. I also would like to give a little push that, and I've said this to many people on both sides of the aisle in Harrisburg. Look, you're not going to get a perfect budget. I know these local commissioners can appreciate that. When you put together local budgets, county budgets, state budgets, there's items in the budget that you would like different. Maybe less funding, maybe more funding. But there's certainly going to be enough good funding and good programs for education, the environment, for hospitals, for nursing homes that's going to come out of this budget. And you can pick one page or one line that receives less funding than you want or receiving more funding than you want. It's an easy no vote. I'm asking for compromise and understanding and working in bipartisan manner in order to get this budget. This amendment for Keystone 93, there was not one negative vote on the floor of the House. So that's a step in the right direction. So thank you very much, and I am truly honored receiving this award. Thank you, Kim. Hi, everyone. We're still in the St. David's Community Park, and I have a really special guest with me, and I'd like him to introduce himself to everyone and why we're here.
I'm Bob Griffith. I'm the retired Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Recreation Park Society. I'm also on the Executive Committee for the Renew Growing Greener Coalition.
Well, first of all, Bob, welcome to 165th Legislative District and beautiful Radnor Township.
Right.
Okay, and so glad you could make the trip.
It's a pleasure to be here today, and I also want to congratulate you again on your governmental award from Pennsylvania Recreation Park Society.
Well,
I appreciate your support.
It's quite an honor, and when you believe in something, it's easy to speak up for.
Right.
Okay, one of the issues in the 2012-2013 budget was the Keystone 93 funding. A lot of people probably don't understand how that works and where it came from. You want to give us a little history of the Keystone 93 and what type of projects benefit from it?
Okay, happy to do that. The Keystone Recreation Park in kind Conservation Fund was developed in 1993, and it was focused on providing a stable source of recreation and park and conservation funding, and that was the highest need in Pennsylvania for the park and conservation project at the time. And now each year we get 15% of the state's portion of the realty transfer tax, and that goes to the DCNR and libraries and historic and museum commission projects. And the idea is to be able to funnel a good segment of that back into local communities to build community parks and to advance the quality of life. And there's also funds that go to state parks and forests, and also to rail trails like we have in Radnor Township.
Yes, yeah. And the reason why I supported the Keystone 93 fund back in 1993, and I have supported every year since, is because it's a dedicated funding source.
Right.
And if you bring those programs into the general appropriations bill and all the line items there, sometimes you can get lost in the shuffle. Right. And some of these programs are better off sometimes not being in that big group. Would you agree with that?
I agree. And one of the things that's an advantage is with the dedicated funding, as municipalities and other folks plan for their park projects, they can count every year on a certain amount of funding. So it helps in spending the dollars more wisely and also making sure that those investments get in place in the local communities.
Yeah. Now, how long were you involved?
I've been involved for about 35 years
35
in
years.
recreation and parks. Actually, I helped work on the Keystone Fund back in when it was originally developed. And I've also worked with Growing Greener 1 and Growing Greener 2. And we certainly appreciate your support over the years of those particular programs.
Well, I've always been a big supporter of park and recreation programs. I think it's great for families and communities to get out in the outdoors, right. And it's great when municipalities can provide that type of recreation. I mentioned in my remarks earlier, I mean, here we are on Lancaster Pike, Lancaster Avenue in Radnor Township, a very, very busy highway, busy street, connects the Philadelphia main line into West Philadelphia, and a lot of universities, a lot of great shopping centers. But here we are, we're in this little neighborhood community park, and you feel comfortable. Exactly. And you feel relaxed, and it's good. But let's talk a little bit about the open space. How does this Key 93 fund have to do with open space?
There's a portion of the dedicated money that comes in each year that's allocated to local land trust groups, like Natural Lands Trust in Delaware County, Montgomery County Land Trust Organization, to provide money for grants to buy and preserve open space. And usually that's done in cooperation with municipalities through good community planning. We're able to identify areas that need to be preserved, and sometimes that's for parkland, sometimes it's for youth sports areas. Okay. Depends on what the need is for the local community.
Well, Bob, I want to thank you for taking time out today to be here today for the presentation of that award. Yeah, I'm going to proudly show that up in Harrisburg to all my colleagues, and I will continue to be a voice in Harrisburg for you.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you.
All right, thank you. I'm back with Tammy, the Radnor's Recreation Director, and it's been a pretty interesting day. I normally don't hang out in parks in a tie and a suit, but I'm in between public hearings and an award ceremony, but I wanted an opportunity to kind of show off Radnor's parks, and I appreciate you taking a couple minutes. And why don't you talk a little bit about the recreation program that you have here in Radnor?
Sure, excellent. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you being here today, of course. We're very proud of our parks here in Radnor Township.
Yeah.
We offer a wide variety of recreational programming here in Radnor Township. We have various recreational facilities ranging from the Radnor Township Trail to athletic ball fields, tennis courts, and all kinds of open space for passive, active recreation. No matter what your interest is, of course, there's something here for everyone. Our recreation department specifically runs year-round programming for all ages. We do concentrate primarily on youth. We run youth day camps. We run specialty camps and programs for a variety of different interests and and different lifestyles and things when it comes to educational programming. And we have all these wonderful facilities to do it at, and we're certainly spoiled here to some degree in Radnor.
Yeah, no question about it. This is a marvelous location in a busy spot, but you know, there's a family over there. It looked like they're having a little picnic, and there was folks over there maybe on lunch hour or something, reading a good book or something. And right now, Tommy and I, we're gonna get on this seesaw here, Tom, and you're gonna see Tommy take off on this. You know, pretty good. See, isn't it fun? And this is the type of quality of life stuff, and you know, even people my age can enjoy this type of stuff. Let Tommy get off. We're gonna go over to a very, very special spot in this park that back in September was dedicated to those that lost their lives in the Twin Towers in New York. So we'll be right back with you in a couple seconds. We're going to head over here. Okay, here we are. And, you know, Tommy, I really wanted to take this opportunity to show folks around the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania that Radnor Township certainly remembers those that were lost on September 11th, 2001. And on their 10th year anniversary, the local officials, some federal officials, myself and some other state officials, we came to this location, and Radnor Township, in the honor of those that lost their lives on that tragic day of September 11, 2001, dedicated this monument, and it says, in honor and memory of those we lost, dedicated this day, September 11, 2011. It's hard for me to believe that 10 years went by. You know, I remember September 11, 2001. That Tuesday morning, I was on my way up to Harrisburg to a committee meeting, and all of a sudden, as I arrived in the state capitol, I knew there was something different about that day, because everybody was leaving the Capitol, and many people in tears. If you remember that day, you know, you just thank the people in our military uniforms that are out there today protecting us from terror. And here we are in this beautiful municipality, beautiful park. And you have any words you want to say, Tommy? I mean, you know,
yes.
I think it means a lot to everybody.
Absolutely, and like this park means a lot to us, being located right here in the center of Radnor Township, so does this monument, of course. And it is something that's near and dear to our hearts, because we strongly value our local services with our fire department and our police department. And that, of course, you know, lends a parallel to the recognition that we feel on that day. So it certainly is something that we value in commemorating that sad day.
Yeah, well, you know, and Tommy's so right. You know, as those first responders, you know, that, you know, sometimes they're taken for granted. We were with some of the Radnor's police officers earlier today, and we take them for granted. But boy, when you need help, you know, you're so glad a fireman or a police officer or an EMT shows up at your door. They save lives on a daily basis, and our hats off to them. And Tommy, I just want to thank you and Radnor for making this park available for this little presentation today.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.